Hey, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today we're going to talk about how to prepare for the absolute worst. Now, I know that seems like a very strange topic to discuss, especially on a channel where we give encouragement and do consulting. But one of the biggest excuses people have for not following their dreams and really executing the different plans that they have in order to reach their goals, of course, they talk about how they think it might fail, or they feel like they won't have enough money and then they're going to be basically homeless, and they just always talk about the absolute worst case scenario. And that could happen. It very well could, but what if it didn't? What if you took that leap of faith and you were successful? What if you put your ideas out there and people actually loved the idea or liked it more than you thought they would? Right? So today we're going to be talking about how to prepare for the absolute worst. And some of these strategies come from Dave Ramsey. I'll be taking sips of this here water as we continue. So tip number 1, have an emergency fund. So on Dave Ramsey's strategies, he talks about having an emergency fund, and this fund is not for if you overspend on your credit card. This fund is not for you to prepare for a vacation and use that for shopping money. This is strictly what it sounds like. It's for emergencies. If your car breaks down and you have to get an impromptu repair, if there's something in your home that needs to be repaired. And obviously $1,000 does not sound like a ton of money, but it does give you a bit of a cushion for those instances so that you're not coming out of your pocket $3,000 or $4,000 when something drastic happens, right? At least you'll have at least $1,000 to assist. In addition to it, this is typically cash on hand, where you can have it in a bank account that is accessible to you. And obviously, if $1,000 will take you a while to accrue, that's fine. I mean, even if you can only put aside $200 per month or even $50 per month, do that until you build up your full emergency fund. I say $1,000. He does recommend that $500 is saved for a single person and $1,000 is saved for families. Okay? So that's just a rule of thumb. Next, save something every month. One of the challenges I'm doing with my family right now is that we save some amount of money, even if it's just $20 that we can spare for that particular month. Make sure you save something and have a minimum. So let's say I normally save $50 to $100 a month, but this month I can only do that $50. If $50 is my minimum, I'm making sure, if nothing else, I'm saving at least that $50. Okay, so lock that savings in, right? I used to have this bad habit of stacking up money for a while, and then I would take all that money and I just go blow it. I spend it on a trip. You know, I like to be on the highway. I'll be out. I like to be on the highway, on somebody's beach, having a good time. So save that money, lock it in, and that way, if you do have your emergency fund of that $1,000 or $500, and then you have a savings, then you can use that savings to help you develop the business, and it won't be a loss because you're not taking away from the money that you need for your daily and weekly expenses, right? Next, be mindful of your spending. Sometimes we don't even realize how much money we're spending. Really take time to look at your bank statements. I still get bank statements, just paper copies in the mail. And a lot of people like to have their stuff electronic, but I feel like when I get my bank statement in the mail and I'm able to see how much money I had in there on a certain day, and then I itemize everything. Okay, I spent this much on food. I spent this much on gas. It really does assist you. In addition to it, I do use the envelope method when it comes to my money. And so sometimes I switch it around, like, okay, well, I spent a little bit more money on my nails, so I'm gonna take that out of my groceries. I know I got a can of soup in there somewhere. I'm over exaggerating, but you can move money around. So don't feel like, it's inflexible. Just have a system and be able to stick to that amount of money that you set aside, okay? And watch your spending. I'm having a no spend day today. So as you can see, I did go to Chick-fil-A, but I didn't spend any money on this because I used my rewards points. Yeah. So those help. Oh, also shop at places that have rewards. Why wouldn't you? I mean, even if you have a credit card, make sure it's a card that has rewards so that you can get some cash back while you're spending money. Like, it should have some type of reward system. Next is plan your spending. So budget. Have a budget. I can't tell you how essential that is, even in business, to have a budget. I try to stick within a certain amount of money. So I'm like, okay, I have this $300 that I'm going to spend. I need new materials. So I write down everything that I need, how many I'm going to buy. I have to also factor that shipping into there. And then as I buy things, okay, $300 minus this was 160. Okay, boom. 140 left, right? And that way, each time I buy something, I know I don't have $300 anymore. I have 140 to spend. And so that keeps me within a certain range, and I'm also getting what I need, right? So budget. Make sure that you write down the cost. Make sure that when you buy something from certain businesses, there's always more than one place to get something from, right? And so if I know that I have a strict budget to go by this month, maybe I need to go purchase something cheaper. That doesn't mean of lesser quality, but something cheaper. So sometimes you sort of have to shop around for your product so that you can get the best quality for the best price as well. So another thing, don't share news too quickly. So you guys know I drop a keychain like at least once every other month, and my theme for January was self-love is the real bag. That is my Queen Care Cosmetics theme. But then I just dropped a new keychain, which is a money bag keychain, right? And so with this money bag, I absolutely was so excited about dropping it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but I didn't share it too quickly. And I'm glad I didn't, because I ended up having to wait weeks longer than what it would normally take for me to get these items because of the crisis that they're having in China. And so for my safety and my customer safety, I did not want to try to get it expedited. I'm just like, do what you have to do, make sure your stuff is good so that when I pass this along to my clients, I can be fine. We can't help natural disasters. We can't help illnesses being spread, but what we can help is this. We can control our mouths. And so once I get that product in hand, then I'm able to tell people this is what's dropping next. Make sense? And so that will help you prepare for the worst, because if you go ahead and tell people you're going to have this on the 15th and you don't have it, people are looking for that. And that can also cause you to lose customers. So lastly, this is a bonus point. This is something that I do myself. Go to the bank. When you make your money at these different events, you don't want to hold on to that, because then you might run to the 7-Eleven and grab you some chicken wings because you're hungry, or grab you, some apple juice and a bag of chips. And that's not what that money's for. We have to keep that separate. So just be mindful of that. Go to the bank, deposit that money. Make sure that you're being attentive of your statements when it comes to your business bank account, and then keep those finances separate. Okay, so I really do hope that these tips helped you. Do not give up on your dreams, and don't make excuses for yourself. Even if you have to get someone to invest in you, if it's family and they just care about you, so they want to make a donation, there's always something you can do. Okay? Peace and love. Have a good one.